When did you realize you were part of something much darker than you originally thought? There was a school-wide announcement calling 24 senior girls to the nurse's office one by one on a Monday after a particularly bad weekend that I didn't even remember. It started with Jess. She came back from the nurse with this weird blank stare. I asked her if she was okay, and she just shook her head and said something like, "You'll know soon." That was it. No explanation. One by one, the girls kept going, and nobody talked after. I got called around 6th period. The nurse looked tired, and her voice was soft like she was trying not to spook me. She asked if I remembered the weekend. I said there were gaps in my memory. She nodded and said, "You aren't the only one." Then she asked what parties I'd been to and who I'd seen. I listed a few names, but when I told her about the party this weekend held by Jax and Reed, she nodded like that's exactly what she was waiting for, then told me I could go. An hour later, we were all called into a library, and we met a female officer who said there was an investigation. She asked about the weekend, about the parties, about drinks, and who had handed them to us. When she said if we remembered any surveys, 8 of us said yes. Jax and Reed had made us do them during the week before the party. 10 minutes later, me and the other 7 girls were pulled into a smaller conference room. The officer laid out what they knew. The survey had questions about trauma, mental health, who drank, who didn't. She said Jax and Reed had used it to decide who to target at different parties, the ones who wouldn't remember much and who wouldn't tell after being taken advantage of. She said all of us were victims. The room was dead quiet, and I couldn't look at anyone. I felt like throwing up and passing out all at once. None of us could believe what she said, and some of the girls even started crying. The officer then left to sort things out. We didn't hear from anyone until 30 minutes later when the intercom went off, and the principal told us, "We've taken Jax and Reed into custody for their crimes." The school erupted in chaos. I couldn't believe that Jax and Reed, the most popular boys in school, the ones who made you feel special just by inviting you to a party, were criminals, and I was their victim.